Hello again, Gundam Converge fans. I'm trying to collect more of the big ones here. This is a weird looking one though. Anyways, this is an EX30, again high up there in the EX's releases. This is from 2020. And, okay, there's the back view and the front view. It's two, I guess. So you can actually have the regular robot mode and then this extra fixed flight suit thing. Okay. So, while I'm opening this up, I mean, there is shown in some movie called Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway. And down here, where's the blurb about it? Okay, let me hit the focus. So it seems to be, it was thought to be the future of atmospheric flight robots, I guess. But I don't know, I haven't seen the movie myself, so not sure. Alright, you can pause. I'm going to close this out now. So I don't know what this is. It's a cool rendering, and I think this is the movie poster. It looks very imposing. Alright, so back to this model. It's interesting they would bag the instructions. That is a total waste of plastic. Like, why would you need to bag this? This is nothing but a piece of paper. It's only one. It's not like a trading card or something, you know? It's really strange. Alright, well this is smart, though. It's sensitive tips, so they put a box around it. Okay. So naturally you don't want to drop this, because I have a suspicion this thing is rigid. Oh, you know what? It is soft plastic. I guess maybe they just don't want the thing to get warped. You know, this is also soft plastic, which is nice. Soft plastic. Alright. So good for durability. A bunch of little parts out. There's some parts on some molding runners here. Okay, there's the gum from that year. I would advise not to chew on that. Do what you want. Nice looking stand, clear. And one last bag is in here with more cardboard. So look at this. This is the most intricately packed piece of a Gundam Converge I've ever seen. So really delicate parts, but again, well, they're not that delicate because they're PVC. So a lot of these Converge figures have rigid plastic antennae and stuff, but I'm glad to know that these are soft vinyl. I guess I'm gonna have to clip these out. Let me get the clippers. Are they numbered? They're not numbered, so I guess they're symmetric. Really tight to that, I don't know what you'd call it, the molding tree, the sprue. I'll put those in the stand for now so I don't lose them. I have often lost parts in this photo booth, which is crazy. But some of these parts are just so small, they just vanish on this. Maybe it's gotta use these crazy backgrounds, but alright, so this one again, there's no numbers, so I don't think there's any left or right, but I guess even if there was, there'd be a 50-50 chance. Alright, let's look at this main body here, the way it came out of the bin. I get a different light angle. So it's a matte white, it's not glossy at all, which is cool. I like the matte finish. It feels kind of velvety. Something about the PVC, so it just fell off. And then we have a pretty dark torso color, this blue, and then a pretty dark red as well. Some accenting yellow, looks pretty medium yellow. This is a metallic purple up in here, so that looks pretty neat. The red on the feet looks a little different from the red on the torso. It looks lighter. Like this is a medium red, that's a dark red. There's a shield here with some blue. In typical Converge fashion, you can see all these tiny panel lines and nooks and crannies, which are really neat. We have a gunmetal colored hand that can hold a weapon, but this side is just a closed fist. We got another shield here, a little red up in that thruster, I'm guessing. Pretty nice details on the bottom of these feet. We got a whole bunch of like vented strakes. I don't know if these are thrusters up in here or what. Again, I haven't seen the movie. Yeah, PVC, big peggle for something. Yeah, just nice panel lines in general. It's very, very clean looking though. It almost looks too clean. These little antennae have blue and the white as well. Will it stand on its own? It'll stand, but it's standing in a backwards position. I think maybe there's different feet. That might be flight mode. So I'm gonna just try this foot here, which I'm gonna guess puts it into a more upright fashion, but okay, let's see about now. Yeah, so standing mode. Oh, this is nice. A lot of these Converge figures, they have a strange lean to them, like they're bowing and stuff. And they very often have their head pointed downwards, but this one just looks like it's looking straight out. So it looks normal instead of usually they're like that, with the head pointed down. Alright, boy, what is this? I guess I should look at the instructions. Let's see what we have here. I kind of want you to see what it looks like in there. So I already swapped out the feet. Let's just start taking this apart and see what happens. I think this comes apart this way. No. Does this come out? No. Just gonna start tugging at stuff. Yeah, those don't belong. Oh, I see. That piece that fell off is this. It goes on the back of the leg. Yeah, I feel like that comes off. It's like sandwiching. But I think there might be some paint stuck. See, there's a peg, a couple pegs and stuff, but maybe it's actually better to just leave it like this. Oh, I see, that's not in there on the way. I might have to figure that out later. Okay. Let's see if I can flex this one off here. The front is off, back, so, yeah, okay. So the one thing that's definitely missing is the antennae. Okay, so this thing here. Take the head off. I'll assume it comes off. Yeah, alright, so it's a round peg, so you might be able to spin that left and right. I'm assuming these do go upwards. Yes, they do. Okay. So let's see this head here with the antennae. Yeah, it looks pretty good. The eyes, I think, are translucent, but they're so thin. But it looks like there's really dark, translucent red eyes. Let me get the flashlight. Yeah, there's actually black painted around those tiny eyes as well. So, really hard to see. I kind of wish they were a lighter color. I didn't notice before, there's a little red right here on the chin. So that's kind of neat. The chin sticks out quite a bit. Okay, otherwise looks alright, standard stuff. So they got some gunmetal for the neck, and I like that the peg is round, so you can actually get a little bit of left-right articulation. Very cool. I guess this doesn't belong here in regular mode either, so this must come off. Just hear the stickiness of the vinyl. The tightness of the joints or the friction fits here. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that one comes off, and there must be a different piece that goes on. I think it's this. No, it's not this one. It's not that. Oh, it must be this. Okay. So that pleasantly went on pretty easily. Alright, I already swapped out the feet. I don't know if anything goes back in here. Oh, that's what these things are. The things that clipped out the sprues. So if you want to hide these holes, you have to pop in these things. But I'm afraid if I pop that in there, I'll never get it out without destroying it. It's nice that they give you 4, because I think they anticipate you prying them out and damaging them. But I'm not going to display it like this, so I'm not even going to bother. Let's just pretend those plugs are in there. And also these hexagonal things here. So I think those came off the sprues as well, these little things. I don't know if I need to put those in or not right now. I'm afraid, again, if I pop those in, since I can't push them out from the bottom, I might not get them out. We'll see in flight mode. So essentially, minus those 4 plugs, this is what it's supposed to look like as a regular robot. And again, if you look at the stance, now you can see the curvature. Actually, let me remove this arm if it comes off. I think it does. I think the paint is stuck. There. See how it's curved? That's the way all Converges are. But this one is pleasant, where the head actually just looks straight forward instead of down. That's what I was talking about earlier. Okay, well, anyways, to this arm here, the shield rotates nicely. Not much detail on the back of the shield, but I don't know. Those are missile launchers or something. They're pretty cool, little dots. I'm not sure what that round thing in the middle is, but I'm not even sure if this is facing the right direction. But you can, being a round peg, you can flip it around if you want, so that's nice. Yeah, the instructions are showing it like this, with the dots near the hand. This hand is actually removable. It's a gunmetal color, so you can. It's pretty loose though. You might want to put some poster putty in there. It might just fall out on its own, at least on this one. I don't know if these skirts belong back on this thing either. Actually, I think they do. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to leave those alone, but it looks like they come off. Yeah. So if you want, I don't know why you would display it like that, but you could. You see the front torso piece just fell out. So that's the issue with some PVC toys. The fits are either super tight, or in this case, not tight enough. So I just use poster putty to fill those in, and they don't stain the paint or anything like that. So it'd be advisable, maybe if you can purchase some of that. Alright, so this side of the arm looks pretty much the same as well. I like this gunmetal on the shoulders and the back of the elbows. There are some thruster details here, but no additional color. These feet, yeah, I guess the feet is molded the same. It's just the posture of the foot's different. There's a hole for the stand. There's some yellow thruster details on the side, the shins here. Nice vent details there on the front. I think the red, this might be the hatch to get into the cockpit, maybe. Okay, so it's not a bad looking Gundam robot, but I didn't pay this much to have it look like a normal Gundam robot. So I'm gonna go back now to flight mode. So I know those feet are gonna get swapped out. I'm gonna put those on last. Where's that arm? Alright, so we got this giant thing here. So it's got like thrusters, nice red printing on it. A little bit of a mold push pin there. But otherwise it's nice. Does this? Oh, look at that. That's cool. It actually articulates. Did not expect that at all. Alright, let's pop this in. It's got 2 pegs. Alright. Alright, cool, cool. That's really sharp. Maybe this is PVC, but it doesn't flex much. It's really rigid. Okay. So what goes on now? This weird top piece, and it's got like a shroud for the helmet and like vent details, some panel details, maybe some thrusters, a little yellow paint. I think that's an accident though, because it's not on the other side. You can see here where they clipped it off from the molding tree. Some red paint there, and then yellow up front. Oh, there's an antenna section as well. So those obviously must match these pins here. So I think the head has to be straight now for this to work. Look at this. It's really doesn't want to go in there. Is there another head? I don't see another head. But look at this. It's like colliding quite a bit, and the pins aren't even close. Maybe you have to put the head into this first. Yeah. So it's a really tight. Well, I don't know. I feel like, see that cavity? It's supposed to match with this, but. Okay, let's try this now. See if all three will go on. No way, I don't understand this at all. Look in here. There's definitely a head in there. It just says... Oh, I see. You're supposed to put these two together before you put it on. Let's try that method. Okay. So now I gotta try to jam this on. Oh, okay, that works pretty well. So I guess that's why they're instructions. So without that I would have been really annoyed, but it does work, so that's good. One thing to be careful about is this little antennae. This is rigid plastic, but I believe it goes right up in here. Really tight fit. There we go. I think on Gundam EM he said it looks like a flying chicken, and I totally agree. It looks like the head of a chicken, right, or a rooster. It's a really strange design. I think it would have been better if it just looked like that. Right? It's like really strange to have a chicken head on this thing, but I haven't seen the movie. Maybe there's a purpose for that chicken head. Please leave a comment, because chances are I will not see the movie if I can't find it for free on YouTube. I'd rather buy toys than pay for movies, so I apologize for that. Okay, what is next? I guess we gotta put these shoulder things back on. So the back peg is much longer. There really is no front peg, so it's really just a matter of bending. Actually, it might be easier to take this off the figure, but hold on, there's stuck paint on this side again. Alright, so try to jam that rectangle in there, then push it down together. Okay, so that works. It's a little gappy though. I don't know if these can come out or not. Probably. Okay, this side. Do the same. Get that rectangle in there. Then push it all together. This side's much tighter. I wonder if this... No. I thought maybe this is supposed to spin, but I don't get any indication of that. Alright, so some of the parts that fell off was this thing. It goes on the back of the shin. Like that. So this one goes on the other side, of course. The skirt's kind of getting in the way, but the skirt is flexible, so you can push it out. It's interesting, this is not molded evenly at all. You can see these are not symmetric. it's like this thing is rotated. I guess if you really want to, you could dip the whole body in hot water and twist it. But I guess the asymmetry for me is cool. It looks dynamic. This antenna piece fell out, so you might want to glue that in place. I'll leave it out for now. It's just going to fall off again. So now this thing goes back in here. Maybe it goes on this side. Oh boy, that arm thing. Yeah, okay. I'll move the arms out of the way if you do it where I'm doing it. I'm gonna have to drop those parts. Here's a stand. Oh, there actually is a notch in the stand, so I guess it has to go this way. There we go. And then the text is here. It's nice that it's molded in. It's recessed, this text. You could add paint in there and wipe it off. And then you'll know how old it is, maybe. No, there actually is no year date on that thing. So now what is this thing? Oh, that might be an alternate instead of the flying chicken head. I think so. And look at this. There's two white feet here as well. Are they standing feet? Let's see how different they are. Yeah, they're actually quite different. I think they're for standing because the angle looks the same. But I'm not sure why you would want to put these on. I guess maybe in the cartoon they had white feet, but I just like the extra color. I think I like the red ones. So I'm not going to bother posing it with these. I apologize. But at least I can show you the differences. Okay. So here's the weapon itself. It's a pretty funky futuristic gun. Looks like something Sid Mead would design. And we're going to have to rotate that shoulder forward. Okay. So now this is, oh, we got to take that loose front torso piece out. Put this thing back in. The flight torso. What is this thing? Oh, I see. Probably in the land mode, this would replace the whole backpack. But I didn't bother doing that. You know what? I will just show it because... So if you did want land mode... Well, I don't know. It's weird because it's not the same shape. You can see that's a cutoff rectangle. This is just a... Oh, there is a cutoff there in this corner. So it goes in like that. So that actually might look better without the flying chicken head. Just a plain land mode back. But I also suspect... Hold on a sec. I gotta take this out. You can take this chicken head off. And then that's what this... No. I was thinking this goes here. Or does the chicken fly separately with this? No. What are these? These aren't matching. Okay, so this goes on here instead of the blue plugs. So it's a good thing I didn't plug up those holes because I would just have to spend time prying them out and destroying them. But now these blue plugs are proving, I mean these plugs here, I'm having a hard time getting into that torso. Let me get this all apart here. So in general I think you want to assemble the middle part of the thing first. That's what I'm experiencing now. Learned from my mistakes. So that one's landed home, at least in the hole. And that one not so much. Doesn't really... Oh, I see. It's actually colliding already. So this is kind of a poor design. Oh, that's supposed to... See, the red actually transferred already. So this is supposed to trap this red piece in. So you might want to put the red piece in first, push it upwards, then get the pins to line up, and then push that down, the pins down. It doesn't seem to want to work though. Oh, that side did go. That music is just blaring. I have double pane windows, and that sound is getting through. And I'm on the I'm pretty high up in my apartment building as well. So at street level, that must be one crazy party. Okay, that was a bit of a hassle, but I'm gonna guess now, because it's under tension, it's not gonna fall off too easily. It's interesting, a really interesting design. Okay, so I gotta put the flying chicken backpack back together. But I gotta put the head on first. Okay, that. And the flying chicken backpack. Here we go. And this whole arm assembly here. This whole assembly here, and this leg piece fell off. Oh, both leg pieces fell off, so this is very loose. These leg pieces here, I want to glue those if you're going to always pose in flight mode, which I most likely will, but I'll glue it later. Alright, so now the stand. The last thing is this little antenna again. Alright, let me get this thing spinning. Alright, there it is in flight mode. Let's move this tail down and see what it looks like there. Either way, it looks like a flying chicken. This antenna piece also is very annoying. Hold on, I gotta glue this in place. Okay, crazy glued all those leg bits together. I'm never gonna pose this as the robot. So here's a standard size robot again, just for the size comparisons with all this extra bulk. You know, without that flying chicken, it'd probably look very similar to that RX-78 there. So bringing up some larger ones though, this thing very often, well, I think it reminds me of like the Deep Striker a little bit. So there's the Deep Striker. I've added a bunch of decals though to this. I haven't added any paint yet though. Eventually I will, and some jewels. But the Deep Striker is quite a bit bigger. Let's get this out. And one other, I guess, medium-sized one is the Nightingale. Now this one I did add decals, paint, and jewels, so it's fully customized, and I think it looks better for it, but it's obviously very time-consuming to add all these details. But with this one here has so many flat panels, I think it's gonna work really well with decals. I've ordered some high-grade decals off AliExpress. I'll have to see which ones are able to fit on this one, because this is definitely smaller than a high-grade model. And then you can see I twisted the arm. It did collide here with this thing, but you can get past it, so you can pose the gun in a more logical fashion, and just to change up the look from the other side. Alright, I guess that's it for today. So yeah, definitely not the coolest Gundam. I'm not sure what inspired them to put a chicken on the back of this robot, but at least the chicken's tail can move up and down, and then the robot itself is pretty cool inside of the chicken, that is. Anyways, thanks for watching today. I'll see you in the next Converge video.